Alright guys, I got another video. Venom sent me some more lights to try out, and just kind of wanted to show you the install on a Silverado. Most of theirs are GMCs, which is basically the same, but let's get a Silverado in the videos. So this is a 2024, and they sent me the harness. As you guys know, I already have the amber daytime running lights, but now they have a new set which does both day and night state. So basically they're amber all the time. The thing I'm curious about is I like to run my parking lights, when it's not all the way dark yet. And before, if you ran your parking lights, they would turn back to white because only your daytime running lights were orange. So now I'm hoping if I run my parking lights too, these plugs will make it amber, even with the parking lights on. So we'll go through all those settings once I get it installed. And so just wanted to give you a quick video on how easy it's to install. Really the only thing you need, and you don't even really need that little pick, that just helps unplug some of the plugs a little easier. And then I have a wrench to you want to disconnect the battery anytime you're messing with electronics. And then just a knife to open this package, which I'm going to set my phone up and we'll open that up and see what's inside. All right, let's open these up. So it comes with a nice little decal. My last set didn't come with that, which is kind of cool. Maybe one day they'll make them for Silverados too. So if you do like decals on your vehicle, I'm not really a decal guy, but that'd be cool if they had them for all the makes. So let's open this up. Get them all out here. So the old kit, you got these two, and that's what made your lights and your daytime running lights amber, but that was only your daytime running lamps. Now they send this kit with 3 different colors that you'll plug into your computer under the dash to make it to where they're amber all the time. So I'll kind of show you these. I have a video of how these are installed, and if you remember, you'll pull this safety back to tap down right here to push this tab down. These fight you when they're in the truck and in an awkward spot. So if you remember that, that's the most awkward thing to get loose. But other than that, everything's plug and play. You really don't need any tools. Where this comes in handy is this plug, the factory one's up under the dash, and you might need to help push that in. I'm going to try to get it with my fingers, but some of those tabs are hard to get to when they're in tight spots, so a little pick or something helps. And then there's a bunch of little leads that are colored that you'll just plug in green to green. I'm assuming the red to pink, so I don't know why that color's off. That should have been a pink one, but the way the connection is, you have the male and the female, so I'm assuming that goes that since green to green. So we might have to play with that, but let's get started on the under the hood part. All right, we're going to start with disconnecting the battery. So on this side is the positive and this side is the negative. This one's a little pain to disconnect because it's got all these plastic pieces that kind of hold the terminal down, so you kind of have to loosen more than you want to. So we're going to do the negative side, and it's just a 10mm. Just get you a little wrench or a little ratchet and loosen it. If it hasn't been off in a while, you'll probably have to wiggle it or maybe get a little screwdriver to pry it up, but you just kind of want to pull straight up once you get it loose, and then it'll slide back right here, and you don't want it to kind of come back on as you're sitting there. So I just have this little hose that I'm going to jam in there that will keep it from falling back down and touching the battery. So so now our ground's disconnected and we can start on the headlight and terminals and see what we get going into there. All right, after you get the battery disconnected, we're going to come over here and start on these. And I got a light down there so I can kind of show you. But you can see, here's my old harnesses from Venom. Basically the same, they just don't have that relay attached to them anymore. But you'll see those little red safety switches. That one will have one, and that one down there has one. So you need to pull them back and then push the little button right there as you're doing that. And I'm going to try to, last time it's kind of hard to show this, but you're going to try to pull it back if I can get my hand in there. Okay, so now it's back, if that'll focus. So now you're just going to press right in front of that little red tab sticking up, and that'll loosen this little tab right there. So you want to push, you know, in between the middle of the red right there. So I'm probably going to do that, and you probably ain't going to be able to see me do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's off of the headlights. And I left the other one still connected so you can kind of see it. One trick I've learned, but I've had mine on off and on, so they're probably not as hard as if you've never had them off, is when you're pressing that tab in, you want to, sometimes it helps to push it forward, like back on and then back off, just trying to loosen it up a hair. You might have a little play to try to get that. I've had people message me on my other video about how much a pain these are. I'm gonna try to set my phone up to where I can get this one here for you. So we're just gonna push this red tab down. So now the tab's pushed down, you heard the click, and we're gonna push right here on this little black area, and then that should pull out your harness there. So that's that. It's pretty simple. So now we're gonna grab the new one. And it doesn't matter left or right, they're both the same. I have a ladder. Sometimes it's handy to use because the truck's got 35s on it. It's not lifted or leveled, but it makes it tough to kind of lean over here. But so we're going to go ahead and plug this in. It's easier to plug it in to this first and then plug it in to there. Is the way I like to do it. So we're just going to line up the, if I can get it, show you here, and line up the, kind of hard to do with one hand. So then you're just going to click it in there. And then once you get it all the way in, you're going to slide that red tab back in. So now this one's locked. So you're going to do the same thing now with this, back into that headlight port. Okay, you heard it click, and then you're just going to push this red thing, and that's it. So now my harness is plugged in. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple here on the passenger side because you don't got the washer fluid unit in the way, so you have a lot more room there. So I would recommend doing this side first so you can get all your frustrations out, and then jump to the driver's side, and we'll go there next. Okay, we're on the driver's side now, and I just wanted to show you how much tighter of an area it is, again with the washer fluid in the way, to get down to that harness, which is down there. And it's also, you have a little room on this side, so I'll sometimes try to get my fingers down this side and my other hand down on this side, and it's easier to take off the headlight side again, pop it loose, and then you can get to the wiring harness side a lot easier. And again, I can't really set my camera up to show you this one, but you can see there's the plug. Same scenario. You're gonna pull back that safety and you know, yank it out from there. We'll be right back. All right, I got the driver's side out. Just wanted to remind you that side's a lot tougher. You can get this slid back pretty easy, but being able to push this and apply force to get it out makes it really tough with the washer fluid in the way. So I forgot to mention, I use a long screwdriver. You could probably even use some long extended needle nose to help grab here and maybe pry out. It's just such a tight area. So what I do is I use the screwdriver. Once this is back, I use the screwdriver to push that black tab down, and then I slide my hand in the opposite hole of the washer fluid and help pry this out as I'm holding that tab down. So you'll have to figure out the best scenario, because you, like I said, you have a little room here and a little room here, but not enough to do much with. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap that one on, and then we'll move to the inside, which is where most you want to see, because that's the new part of this wiring harness. Okay, so now we're under the dash on the driver's side. You have a module here which has a bunch of colored plugs, and then the one we're trying to get to is the set. You can see the color of the wires are back there, and that's what we're actually trying to get to. So you could probably squeeze in there and get to them, but it is just as easy to pull these out of the way. The car is off, so it ain't gonna hurt it. Shouldn't kick any codes or anything like that. So they have these little safety things. So you're going to pull down this white thing, it'll look like that, and then you can get to the tab behind it and pop it down. So white thing, tab, white thing, tab. And I'm trying to get them untangled here so I can pull them out as far as we can get them. So again, it's hard to see now. White tab, plug. White tab, plug. Oh, lost you. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it's an awkward spot for the camera, and it bumped itself. So now you can see there's plugs now back there, and we're wanting to get the pink one, the purple one, and the green one. So the pink one's all the way back here in the back, so I'm gonna try to get with that. And that's where this little pick comes in handy, because now the safety tags, safety pins are on the opposite side. So to get to that, you'll just want to make room to get in there and pull that down if you can see enough. These wires are hitting the way. Okay, so we're going to get to this white one. It's tight in there. Well, let me try something else. Okay, so I'm just going to start. I'm going to do it's too hard to get to that one back there, so we're just going to go down the line and do them all to where I can reach to them right here. So, because now I can see the white tab easier and nothing's in my way as you take one plug at a time out of the way. So bear with me a second, but I want you guys to see this real time. You can fast forward if you want to get to the end of it. My eyes are tough to see back in here too, because it's this one's there we go. But you definitely want this pick, because I don't know if you could get your hands in there to get to these lock tabs. We're one away from the pink one. All right, so here we go. All right, so there's our pink one. We got the pink one. So we're going to take that harness, the pink harness. This is the one that had the red wire. So we're going to go ahead and plug it, and it'll only go one way. So once you get it plugged in, so it ain't going that way. Oh, I have it upside down. It goes... Okay, sorry for the delay. What I ran into is the colors that they use are basically opposites, or their pinks are off. To me, I feel like this is pink, and I feel like this side is purple from the factory side. But on their side, this plug is more pink, and this plug is more purple, but they're reversed. So I'm going to contact them, make sure before I plug it in because that's the only way they would plug in. They wouldn't go any other way. So I'm just going to make sure their color coding is correct, and we'll get back on here. Okay, we're back. I got confirmation that I have kind of a test harness, so the colors will match when you get back. Like, see, this one's red and this one's pink, and same with these plugs are off. You can see it's pink to purple, opposites of each other, but they can really only go one way. This one will go to the back computer back there module, and then you have a pink and a green which go to the front module. So you only have one in the back, but the problem with the back one is it's way back there, so it's easier to yank them all out. Another thing I'd recommend, I just was able to refer to my video, but you want to make sure you know the color order. They only go one way, but when you have them all out, it's kind of a mess. So you just want to, make sure you know the colors that go in there, and then it pops in there pretty easy. And you're just going to push all these tabs back in and lock them in place. So I wanted to leave it at that so you could see. So you'll have either a red to red or pink to pink. I have the test harness, and so I have the red to pink right now. It'll only go one way. It's a male and female. And then same with this green wire. It's green to green, and it comes out of these little relays, and again, just male to female. So you really can't screw that up either. And then when you get time, you'll want to tuck it all up here under the truck or plastics here, or zip tie it, do something. But just wanted to show you the final product. It goes smooth once you get them all out. It's just plug and play. I just wanted to make sure it was okay to plug and play with non-matching plug colors. So now we're going to try and see if they work. Give me a second. Okay, cinched down the negative battery cable. So now we should be able to test it. Again, this kit's nice because you don't need probably any tools to do it. It's just more of a tedious and tough job. So as of right now, you see they're off. I'm not even going to turn the truck on. We'll just test the parking lights. So again, you're just going to switch it to parking lights, and they should come on even with no power. And so as you can see, the both parking lights are on, which it used to be white because the only time it would come on was the daytime with that old harness. So let's go ahead and start her. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the headlights on because it's daytime out here, and then that way we can see it with the headlights on. So yeah, so now where it used to be white, it is amber on both sides. So pretty easy fix on that. Sorry, truck's dirty. I just got back from Utah, so she's a little dirty. But that's pretty neat because it always bothered me since I run those amber lights at night. I would have liked them to stay amber. So now they're amber all the time. Whereas the old kit, it was just amber for the daytime running lights. So thanks for watching, and you guys feel free to message. I don't mind responding to messages in there on what I ran into, or that's kind of why I like the video, the whole thing. That way you see my mistakes and know to avoid those. But just remember, this side is the worst. I don't recommend even doing the fender liner. I said that in my last video. It doesn't help you gain much. The only way you could is if you remove the fender liner, but you'd want to remove the washer fluid tank for that to gain you anything. And it's not worth all that hassle. It's just tedious. Alright guys, here's a video of it at night. Kind of hard to get it with the camera. It's so bright, but this is with the parking lights on. Kind of see if it'll focus in a little better up slower, but they're as bright and amber as you can get. This is ZR2, so this will obviously stay white, but that's the amber. Now let me show you with the headlights on. Okay, so here's with the headlights on, but they are bright. Kind of hard to see with the headlights. Next I'll show you the blinkers. Alright, here you go. Mine has the sequential blinkers, and they still work. It's kind of hard to tell when you're that close to it. If you have the standard blinkers, I'm sure they'd work also. But that's just kind of how it looks with the blinker on. I have the parking lights on, so this would be the same thing it would look like with the headlights on. I just thought it'd be easier to show it with the headlights off. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.